some good questions, y'all. Oh my goodness. We are doing a Q&A today. I asked y'all to send in questions that you have for me, and a lot of themes. A lot about buying products and what do you do with it if you don't like it, that kind of thing. And then some about running and exercise and things like that, because that's something I've been sharing recently on Instagram. So let's get into some of the questions, and I'm just gonna chit chat, get ready, talk about things. Remember, y'all, these are just, I'm just answering questions. This is just me. And yeah, let's do it. We're gonna use the Westman Atelier drops today. Guys, I will leave everything listed down in the description box below. If I forget to mention something, it will be down there. The first question is, do you ever buy drugstore makeup? Why or why not? This is such a great question. I am more of a luxury girl, as y'all know. I love the luxury experience. Does it mean that luxury is better than drugstore or drugstore is better than luxury? No, not in my opinion. There are some drugstore products that are phenomenal that I've tried in the past, but I just prefer and love luxury makeup and higher end makeup, and that's just something that I personally love. And not to say that I will never buy drugstore makeup. I mean, I love L'Oreal Lash Paradise and those types of things. I would rather spend my money on higher end makeup. There's a lot of different like genres, I guess you could say, I personally like. Like, I would say Jones Road isn't luxury, but it's not drugstore, you know? So I guess how would that kind of compare? I would say that's kind of midline, mid to high, I guess. And then you'll be getting into more of the higher end stuff with, I just looked at the new Bobbi Brown lipsticks, right? They're $40. That's a lot. That's right up there with Chanel. I don't know. Personally, I love high end. I love luxury. That's just me. I think they're fun. And if you missed my last video, I did a full face Dior. It's more of like the experience, the trinkets, the what it is about the history of the brand and the product and all that. Like, that really kind of, I really enjoy more so than anything. And yeah, I guess if that makes sense. This is Glow Skin Beauty's concealer. What shade is this? Banana. My kids. Okay, this is a great question. Do you ever feel overwhelmed with your collection? How often do you use the products after you review them? I do and I don't. And I think that's because I have felt overwhelmed in the past, because there was a point where I was buying. And in the YouTube realm of things, in order to review, and quite frankly, what I've learned, and this is just how I think and how I have experienced things just from my perspective and like what I have experienced when uploading videos and things like that, is it's either the newest, the best, or different, right? So and that's with anything in life, y'all, right? It's either first, best, or different, right? And it is like anything in life. In order to, you know, I think there was like a quote or something like that. I can't remember. But honestly, that's an experience with me, you know, with YouTube. If you've seen me or other YouTubers or things like that try to get videos up in a very quick turnaround time period, and I know YouTubers have talked about this in the past, that will hopefully it will hopefully kind of get pushed out into the algorithm in a lot of ways. That's okay, and that's fine, and that's how things sometimes work in this whole whole thing. I've kind of gotten to the point where I don't really want to do the whole, and this goes into like the collection or everything, but I have so much stuff here that I just can't use everything, right? I will give things away if they're still good, and I just decluttered and filmed an eyeliner declutter. Now that's one thing I don't have a lot of. I'm like, what is going on? I tend to buy lipsticks and I tend to buy eyeshadows. I think it's one of those things where, yes, it is something that I do. Yes, it is something that I am trying to grow in. But I think for me, I just like using what I have, and I want to be using that and being able to find different ways to share them with you, if that makes sense. So does that mean I will never buy another product again? Oh my goodness, no. Are you serious? But I mean, and I love products, but honestly, it's at the stage I am, and I don't receive a lot of product. I receive some. This is just me and something I'm really wanting to bring about more in my channel. Oh, do you make an earning from your YouTube channel? Otherwise, it must be so expensive. Y'all are coming in with the questions. I like this. Otherwise, it must be so expensive to buy all the stuff all the time. You know, little smiley face kissy. I make a very small amount from my YouTube channel. Let's just say it does not cover anything. I mean, honestly, you have to be to a certain point on YouTube, and this is what I've heard. I have not experienced this, so this is just, you know, me researching and things to really make a living off of YouTube. That being said, is it nice to make a little bit? Yeah, it is, but it doesn't cover anything really. And just put it back into my channel so that I can review things for you guys, and then also be able to provide some comparisons and things like that. But quite frankly, y'all, my channel shifted over the years. I'm not really that quote unquote review channel. I love reviewing products, but I wouldn't say I'm that person who's going to be giving you like, okay, this with 15,000 comparisons or anything. I'm more the person that just loves makeup and loves getting ready and loves doing that. Now, if you want a good review channel, I would totally check out Lexi Jean. She just does the best comparisons and review, is thorough. She's a teacher by trade, y'all, so she's got that kind of like, I'm a teacher and I'm going to teach you this kind of thing. But seriously, she's so good at that. Gosh, she's one of like my best friends here on YouTube. And but we do different things, right? And that's cool, and that's okay. And that's what makes everybody on YouTube so different. In regard to, and have a space here, in my opinion, it must be so expensive. It is expensive. That's why I'm not buying as much makeup anymore, quite frankly. It is expensive. I will not lie, it is expensive. But I love doing this, and I'm even loving it more as I continue to kind of find myself in this kind of space. And I've always said that if I don't love it, I won't do it anymore. And that's honestly how I feel about it. I think that's with anything in life. That's just my opinion. Okay, another one that's kind of similar is, do you ever get overwhelmed with all the makeup you buy, and what do you do with the makeup that you try and don't like? I give it away to family, friends. I'll clean it, you know, all the things. I don't sell my makeup. I just don't. And what do you do? It seems like a lot of stuff. Understand it's your job. It is a lot of stuff. I'm really good about buying things that I know I'd like. Does that make sense? So most recently, I know like if there are things that I know that I'm kind of like, I'm probably not going to use that, or is that really going to be something someone wants to see, I'll pass. Honestly. Example. There was a new Dior palette that came out recently. I forget the name of it. I'll put a picture right here. Had the embossing. It was beautiful. I really kind of wanted to get it. But I thought to myself, $64. I have Poncho and all these neutral palettes from Dior. Is it something that I really am going to use? And the answer is probably yes. I'll probably use it. But to the extent of doing a video and then being done with it, I don't know. I mean, in summary, for me, I've been really careful more so about what I'm buying. I'm not saying that I'm not buying anything anymore, but I will say that I'm very cautious about the things that I buy. And quite frankly, I'm not going to buy a lot of limited edition stuff anymore. I know, right? Here is this new Gucci blush in rosy beige. I know, look how cute it is. I really like the formula. I've only tried number 4. I really like the formula though. Let's just talk about limited edition. So limited edition items, I haven't really bought a ton of. I mean, holiday, yes, I'll buy a holiday, things like that. But I'm talking like things that are coming out that are limited edition, and you're gonna, and I've talked about this previously, but you're gonna get, or you're going to, I'm gonna review, and then 5 months later, someone will come and be like, where can I get this? And I'm like, it was limited edition, it sold out. And quite frankly, that makes me feel bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so sorry you can't pick this up anymore. And I'm more of that person that just wants to find those good staples in your makeup wardrobe. Something you could wear to work, something you could wear out, you know, on a date, something that, I don't know. And I'm more, y'all know, I live by the beach, so I'm more that beachy girl kind of vibe, and yeah, that's just who I am. Favorite comfort food. Oh, goodness, that's a good one. I don't know what my favorite comfort food is. What is my favorite comfort food? Okay, my favorite comfort food is probably either, my husband makes the meanest lasagna. Y'all, he's half Italian. My mother-in-law had a stroke over 10 years ago, but beforehand, she gave us all her recipes at our wedding. I mean, y'all, it is so good. It's so good. One day I'll have him make it and I'll show y'all, because it's, maybe I'll vlog about it. That's something I've honestly wanted to do more of. I'm going to do a running vlog and stuff like that, but if y'all are interested in like the cooking and things, he personally doesn't like to be on camera. Just doesn't like to be, he's not on social media or anything, so he doesn't like to be on camera or anything, but it's not to say I can't show his lasagna. Maybe we'll do that. I think that's fun, and it might be something y'all would be interested to, and I could share the recipe or whatnot. So I'm using this one today, friends. This is Tweed Curve number 1. So for example, these tweed palettes or whatnot, it's hard because Chanel, I love Chanel, and these are beautiful. But like I said in my video, these are going to be, they're going to come and go, and a year from now, people are going to be like, where can I get them? I'm like, I don't know, you know? It's a fine balance, right? It's a fine balance. If you buy 4 of these, it was almost $400. That's a lot of money, y'all. That's a lot. Just trying to keep it in perspective, and I hope y'all understand. And that's why when I do ask, like, would you guys really want to see this? That's why, you know, because I'm over here trying to kind of see, okay, would they really want to see this one, or they really want to see that, you know? Or this one. Do this one. Let's do another question. Said I have good style. Thank you. Why did you start running, and how do you choose this particular exercise instead of others? I've always loved to run. I just really have. It's just something I love. It's something I haven't really been good at. well, let me rephrase that. I have never been an athlete of a runner, if that makes sense. So I've never really, how do I even explain that? I love to run. I love the way it makes me feel. I love the challenge, the mental kind of stamina you have to have when you run. I like being done with like a 9.5 mile run and be like, wow, I did that. That's crazy. You know, that to me is, I can say I did and I'm proud of it, right? And it's hard, it's not easy. Honestly, it's not easy. And if it was easy, then everyone would do it. But I'm learning so much. I'm running with a group near my home, and it's just so supportive. So for example, I'm running in a 5K tomorrow, and a lot of people that I run with are going to be there, and we'll see how I do. But a lot of times for me, it's not, I got into it because I wanted to exercise and healthy and kind of set goals and stuff, but also have that kind of, I wanted to meet other people. We had just moved and those types of things as well. And that's kind of how I got into it. So they have this half marathon training program, and y'all, it's very humbling for sure. I've learned a lot about kind of fueling and trial and error with certain things. Guys, the first time I went out running, I got the worst migraine. And I do suffer from migraines. So for me, that's like, I'm like, oh, well, I just got a migraine, you know, kind of more of like, oh, well, that's just how it is. But no, I learned that it was mostly because my body was dehydrated, number one, and depleted of electrolytes. And so I've learned along the way how to help refuel and things like that and keep going. And it's been really cool. A lot of y'all have asked me to share that journey, and I'm happy to do so. I have a couple races lined up. I have a race lined up in October, and then I have another race lined up in Las Vegas. I'm doing a Las Vegas run, a half marathon there, and I'm excited because I decided I would raise some money for St. Jude during that one, so I am going to do that. Oh, and then I signed up for a Disney 10K. I'm excited. It seems a little like daunting, but then again, it's kind of fun to have, I don't know, just kind of challenge yourself, and every day is different. Every day's different. That's why it's so humbling, quite frankly, because you're kind of like, oh, well, I did better yesterday, and I was really tired today. It's so interesting how you learn so much about your own mental capacity and your physical capacity while training for certain things, if that makes sense. Okay, what's your favorite exercise and what brand of exercise clothes do you prefer and why? So, running, of course. Exercise clothes brand. I'm kind of venturing out. I've always been kind of like a Lululemon girl. I love Athleta. I love Sweaty Betty. But honestly, I've ventured out and I'm trying a few new things that are more running specific. Now, Lululemon makes great tights for running. Brooks sports bras are my favorite right now. I really like their sports bras. Let's see. I've been wanting to try this. I think it's Rabbit. I forget the name of the brand, but I think it's Rabbit. I know. It's kind of, there's so many other brands out there that I was like, whoa, I have no idea. Tracksmith is one that I just got an order in, and I just went running in the other day, and I really liked the shorts I got and things. Y'all, I've never been a shorts runner. Never. But the other day when I went running with my group, they're like, Jen, you've got to wear shorts. It's hot here. I've got to say, it is so hot here. And humid, like 97% humidity. they're like, you've got to wear shorts. I had to go to the bathroom, you know, like people do. You're sweating so much that it's so hard to even just pull up your tights, you know, and like get them situated the right way. And they're like, shorts are so much better. Shorts are so much better. I'm like, I know, but when you run, you find out quickly that you can chafe in certain areas and like even like under your arms and things like that. Like my thighs, my arms. I mean, I know y'all, TMI, I'll share this more whenever I do my running video, but I've never been a running shorts girl, but I'm learning different ways. I'm learning different ways to make that not happen. There you go. What is the brand you've not yet tried but most want to? Is there a brand you once loved and now don't? Let's see. What brand do I want to try that I have not tried? I've tried Valentino. I'd love to try more of Valentino. I've tried Cle de Peau. I want to try more of Cle de Peau too. Those are two brands that I feel like I'd really want to try more of. The other question was, is there a brand you loved and now don't? Oh my goodness. Yes. Let's see. It's not that I don't love the brand. I'm not as interested in the brand. For example, NARS, sometimes I'm interested, sometimes I'm not. Some of their products work for me and some of their products don't work for me. I think it's more of like a hit or miss in that regard for me. What else? Maybe this is kind of on the opposite end. Charlotte Tilbury is a brand that I kind of got bored with, right? I'm starting to kind of pick back up in her brand and I probably need to try more of her stuff again, but I kind of got bored with the product because I felt like all the same in a lot of ways. So that'd be a good video even on its own, like my top 5 brands I love, and then top 5 brands I'm kind of just needing to revisit more so, I feel like. Okay, here's one. Patrick Ta is a brand that I feel like I've kind of fallen out of love with. I feel like a lot of the products that just don't work for me very well. I think his first eyeshadow palette, I didn't try the second one, and I just don't care to, if that makes sense. That's one. Natasha Denona, I kind of got bored with her releases too, but I am excited about the new one. But I feel like she does eyeshadows well, and I haven't tried like a lot of her lip products or anything like that. And maybe that's something I do need to try, but I've tried a couple and I'm just kind of like, oh, they're okay, right? I could do like a whole video on that, I feel like. This is Chanel, a Volume de Chanel. I'm going to do a buy this, not that with these two. I think that's on the docket for next idea for a video. I'm always too wanting to know y'all's ideas for videos or what you want to see, because that for me is super helpful, number one. And I just feel like it helps me understand what you want to see. This is the Chantecaille Prairie Smoke. So pretty. This was gifted. They did send me this palette, which I need to use Cougar Eye Quartet. I've only used it like once, so I haven't wrapped my arms around the whole palette yet. So I need to use that. Thank you guys so much for all the questions. I really appreciate you guys sending them in. If you have more questions or like this style video, let me know. I enjoyed chatting with you guys. If you have more questions about YouTube or, you know, I don't know, makeup, running, life, I don't know, whatever. Let me know. I'd love to hear from y'all. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like I said, these are just my thoughts, opinions, and things that I have experienced and may help someone else along the way. So hopefully so. And I will probably be doing a vlog here soon. So I hope that you guys enjoy that and want to watch that or whatnot. But yeah, I appreciate y'all being here, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.